Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Kealah Parkinson. Kealah is the communication coach at Kiki Productions, and she is a co author of a book. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Kealah Parkinson, also known as Coach Kiki. Coach, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. Siddique. It's so good to see you.
Likewise, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
When the bottom dropped out of the US economy in 2008, I basically said, I am tired of living in fear. I am tired of letting it stop me, and I'm willing to take a risk and do something different. I did not know that I was practicing a growth mindset at the time, but it turns out that I was. And so I decided to just kind of dive in and do something that I wanted to do instead of just living for a paycheck anymore. Basically, in a nutshell, I am one of the billions of humans on the planet who was never taught how to process our emotions. And so I decided that I was going to learn this by teaching it to others, which has been a really fun journey. And I've been doing it ever since.
What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
Okay, so I would say for myself, it is don't work without a net, because I know that my business and anything I do in my life is better when I connect with other people who support me. And so my second one is definitely don't let other people decide for you what your future is going to be. If it's something that you want, you can look for people who are supporters and you can make that happen, which is very cool. And then don't be afraid to try new things, because I spent years being afraid to try new things and I really wish I would have done it sooner.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Okay, so my greatest failure story is a doozy. When I was 21 years old, I was studying journalism at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and I had earned a coveted spot as a paid intern for Redbook magazine in New York City, and I loved it. It was a blast. I had so much fun spending my summer there when I was 21. And at the end of the internship, at the end of the summer, they offered me the opportunity to interview for a paid permanent position in the research department and to finish my degree at NYU. And I was too chicken, too afraid of being kind of, my imposter syndrome, having that having that discovered. And so when that happened, I said no. And then I went back home to Ball State and to Muncie, Indiana, and I went into a major depression. And it was a really big lesson in not blocking and stuffing my emotions, because the difference between not acting on my fear, not letting it stop me, and then coming home and trying to just act as if and not process the grief I was feeling from saying no to this was a really bad consequence. I almost failed out of all of my classes.
How did you recover from it?
What I did was I learned a lot about what was happening to my emotions. And some of that was through therapy. Lots of it was through reading. I became obsessed with learning about emotions and processing emotions and how the brain works, which is so fascinating. And then also reaching out and talking to people and getting help and supporters. It's been really great in helping me to work with clients who may be really in extreme positions of not processing their emotions or have had that experience.
What are your top 3 success secrets others can model from?
Okay, so basically all of my success secrets can be broken down into one sentence, which is a little lyric from a cartoon song that I sing to my young children, and it is, keep trying, you'll get better.
Just one?
That's it. I feel like that applies to everything in life.
Okay, wonderful. I have to revise my question for the next time. You beat me on this one, so I take it.
I
So
love
we
it.
are about to move on to the lightning round. That means a quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What are you grateful for today?
I'm really grateful for this and being able to connect with you and other new people, because I really love doing that.
Anything beyond this?
Anything beyond this, of course, I'm definitely grateful for my children and the connection I have in learning with them and seeing them grow and learning from their life experiences, and just the beautiful weather we're having in the Midwest today.
How young are you?
I am 48 years young and I still can't believe it.
Coach, you are not 48. You are 18 years old with 30 years experience.
That's perfect. I love it. It's true.
What you want to do when you grow up?
I would love to be a writer. I love writing. I have so much fun. And then I would love to just keep doing exactly what I'm doing as a communications coach for the rest of my life.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
The main hack that I have is just breathing on a regular basis so that I can access my resourceful brain and solve all my problems.
How do you start your day?
Yoga, breathing, and coffee.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Oh man, do not be afraid to just say hi to people that you would like to meet. I spent too many years doing that.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I love this question. And if you know the answer, I'd like to know it, because basically I've never been able to convince him. And I just basically do it and show him, look, I could do it.
What is the impactful book you have read and what did you learn from it?
Okay, so I have one of my favorite books is The Power of Showing Up. It has this beautiful cover, if you can see it, by Daniel Siegel and Tina Payne Bryson. And it teaches so much about how to connect as a parent just with presence. And I think it's applicable to everybody, whether you're a parent or not.
Why being impactful is important to you?
You know, I believe very strongly that we were all put on this planet to learn something and to share our lesson with others. And so I think that if we all do that, then we have a better world.
Who is your mentor and what's the impact?
Honestly, basically my mentors are every mom out there who is working still and also being a really connected parent. And keep sharing your stories if you're that person, especially on social media, because I absorb it and it helps me feel better.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I hope to be remembered for helping people live their own truth and be authentic for themselves and just not be afraid to be who they are in the world.
So I understand that you are the author and you have been a part of the co-author book. I like you to show that book, what the book is about and why someone should read it.
Sure. This is The Successful Body, and there are 33 other contributors from around the world with this book. Our subtitle is Using Fitness, Nutrition, and Mindset to Live Better. And I got to write chapter 18, The Inner Journey from Shame to Success, about that growth mindset and how the whole body can heal from it. Very cool.
Why someone should read that book?
Well, I keep reading all the chapters over and over, and I learn something different from it all the time about how we can be healthy and be our healthiest using our mind and our body connection and just being our whole self. So, if you're a human and you have a body and you have a brain and you want them to work together, I think that you will learn a lot. And with all of the different writers, there's a different writing style and technique that applies to a lot of different people.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is someone who knows that they can do better. They kind of have this sort of imposter syndrome themselves, and they really want to just get over it, get over all their fears, but they have no clue how to do it. I am that safe space where you can learn from making mistakes.
How can we support you?
Well, definitely go out and buy the Successful Body book, and also check out, you can get that on Amazon. There you go, CoachKiki.com. Go to my website. You can learn more about me and how we can connect. And also listen to my podcast at Anchor, Tune In Radio for Your Mind, Body, and Soul. It's anchor.fm/tune-in mindful radio.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have you a few words about your today's guest experience on the show. And here's my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
This has been really fun. You made it really easy, and it's really nice to connect with you. And I am enjoying myself. I'm glad that we connected on LinkedIn.
What would you say as a final word?
I would say do not let fear hold you back anymore. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of trying something new. Speak your truth with confidence.
Thank you so much, Coach Kiki, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.
Thank you, Mr. Siddique.